Ever wondered about the strategic brilliance of General Giap during the 1950 French offensive? Let's take a journey back to September 1950. As the mist rolled in with the late wet season and the dry season began to make its presence known, General Giap saw a golden opportunity. He launched his offensive against the French, a plan so clever yet so simple. His strategy was to surround two key points, Taobang and That Khe, with the ultimate goal of seizing Dong Khe. This, he believed, would sever the vital link between the two towns. Giap anticipated that the French, in their desperation to rescue each other, would fall right into his trap. And fall they did. Giap's plan was ingenious. The French, spread thinly along Route 4, found troop movement challenging. This made them susceptible to Giap's attacks, setting in motion a series of events that would change the course of history. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this historical offensive. The offensive was progressing favorably for General Giap. His strategic offense had the French forces on the defensive, scrambling to maintain control. By mid-October, the French had lost control of Route 4, a key road between Cao Bang and Lang Son. This was a significant setback, exposing the vulnerability of the French base at Lang Son. The French, realizing the precarious position they found themselves in, attempted to escape. Their route? The very same Route 4, which was now in the hands of the Viet Minh. In their hasty retreat, the French left behind a bounty of essential supplies. These supplies were promptly seized by Giap's forces, a windfall that strengthened the Viet Minh's position and resources. The French were on the back foot, and Giap was gaining ground. His offensive was successful, but the war was far from over. With each victory, Giap was getting closer to his ultimate goal, a free Vietnam. By November 1950, the French were losing more ground. The French military found themselves abandoning key positions, including Tai Nguyen, Hoa Binh, and Lao Khe. One by one, these locations fell into the hands of General Giap's Viet Minh forces. As the French retreated, the entire Chinese border slipped under the control of the Viet Minh, a significant strategic victory for Giap and his troops. This was not the end of Giap's well-executed plan. He expanded his reach, gaining control over the area north of the Red River, nestled between China and the Delta. This territory, rich in resources and strategic positions, was a substantial gain for the Viet Minh. The French, once dominating these lands, found themselves on the back foot. Their once strong positions were now under the control of an enemy they had underestimated. By the end of 1950, Giap had the upper hand, leaving the French worried about their position in the Red River Delta. General Giap's initial victories were impressive, but the real test lay ahead. As the sun set on the year 1950, General Giap had established himself as a formidable force. His early victories, though impressive, were somewhat facilitated by the French's ignorance of his strength. The French had spread themselves thinly along Route 4, and Giap, with his strategic brilliance, was able to exploit this weakness, isolating and defeating them one by one. These campaigns showcased Giap's skills in more ways than one. Not only was he a master strategist, but also a leader capable of building an army and leading it to victory. He had taken advantage of the misty late wet season and early dry season, cleverly positioning his artillery, making it difficult for the French to hold out. However, while the victories of 1950 were notable, they didn't challenge Giap as much as the trials that lay ahead. The year 1951 presented a whole new set of challenges. The French, now aware of his strength, would not be caught off guard again. They would be ready and waiting, making the battles to come all the more difficult. And yet, Giap was not one to shy away from a challenge. He understood that the road to the ultimate victory was paved with obstacles, and he was ready to face them. He was a fighter, a leader, and a strategist, and he was prepared to put all these skills to the test in the coming year. General Giap's story is one of courage, strategy, and determination. It's a testament to what can be achieved with the right leadership and the right plan. And while 1950 was a year of victories, it was also the beginning of a journey that would test Giap's skills and resolve like never before. While Giap's strategic brilliance shone in 1950, the stage was set for even greater challenges and triumphs in the years to come.